to a new review. Yes, it is Bob. I am back. Sorry for the slight interim in our reviews, but we had an addition to my family. Kind of takes you out of the loop for a little bit. Didn't have a chance. In the meantime, boxes were stacking up. So I'm going to tackle Bruce Lee, the Select figure by Diamond Select. Now, big thanks to Zach Oat for sending this out to us. We saw this figure like when they announced it, and we're like, oh yes, a Bruce Lee figure. Then Mego released a Bruce Lee figure, and we're like, oh, Mego is what it is. We like it, but we wanted something with a little bit more articulation, something with more hands, more face, more nunchucks. That's what we have here. So, this is Bruce Lee in his classic yellow and black outfit. Another dragon. But this is the classic Bruce Lee in his yellow and black outfit. Fantastic box art here. We have the master. Really sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. Designed by Yuri Timming. Awesome. So now this is Bruce Lee. We get to some great backstory here on Bruce Lee himself. We also know that we're going to get this nunchuck in a swirl. So let's get right to it. I've talked long enough. Now, the one thing about Diamond Select packaging is this is awesome. It's also very hard to keep this in a pristine condition. Look, already here. This is just from shipping it to us. In pristine condition. If you're an in-the-box collector, kudos to you, especially with Diamond Select. It's very, very difficult. You have so many different points, edges, things that can get messed up, but when you open it, it is glorious. So one thing we love to mention when we do Diamond Select reviews, and we actually reviewed the entire Rooftop Ghostbuster set, is that you need wire cutters when you do this. So cut into the side here, get this open, and just tear it out, because it's not coming back. Great color scheme. Love this black and yellow here. Now, here we have the nunchuck swirl. Pop that out. Look at that. Woo, that is awesome. We have the nunchucks in standard mode. Nice that they gave the color scheme all the way through on this. So we can get rid of that. Now, the reason why I said you should always have wire cutters is because Diamond Select loves to do this. When we opened all the Ghostbusters, we literally preemptively opened them all. It took us over 2.5 hours to review each figure as well as build the rooftop, which was quite funny. And I'll link that review on YouTube if I haven't done it already, so that you can check that out. That was for our big Ghostbuster Day celebration the first year that we started making YouTube videos. We really should go back. We've done some smaller reviews, but we should really do the Firehouse. Should be the next one. So let's get him out of there. Nice thing about these is I usually throw all this cardboard in the recyclable bin because there's just so much of it and so much plastic as well. Really should see what's behind me. It's just like a whole bunch of loose action figure boxes that I've just been too lazy to take out. So, more nunchucks. This is also why you bring the wire cutters, because you can just cut these right out. Nice little thing here. I mean, I understand why they do this. We live in that kind of world, but it also makes it a lot easier to get these weapons out. Now look at that. I mean, that's really thinking it through and giving us that extra. I mean, they could have just given us this, but instead they gave us the motion of it. That's awesome. So we got a screaming Bruce Lee here. We do have this interesting plastic peg. I guess this is to put on his head. This is not quite 100% sure what this is, but I guess maybe to do something of that nature, or just to hold it in place so it doesn't fall out. We got Bruce out, and we have, besides the hands he has, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of hands. This was one thing we had with the Ghostbusters. So many hands. Gloved hands, non-gloved hands. And we had some that just, each character had a different set of hands. It's awesome. It enables you to have different poses, give them different emotions, but it also makes it very difficult to keep all of this stuff with the figure after you open it. This is why a lot of collectors don't open things, which is a shame, because then you don't really see how wonderful these designs are. You don't discover little nuances of things that are behind them. Now, one thing that I like to show everyone of what we do is we bag everything here. So this is from the Sandman. We try to put all these little pieces in extra bags so that we can put this in with the character and store it. That way we have all the pieces immediately. If we want to do poses, we want to do action figure photography, get yourself a set of little bags. We have tons of them. If you can't afford to buy them in the bulk, sometimes you can get these at like Hobby Lobby and stuff. You can order them online. Amazon's got everything. Or you can just use sandwich bags. But this is a great idea. And I've been doing this with Star Wars figures for years, where you can put all the little pieces in here, maybe stick in like, you know, a instruction manual or something, or get a bag that'll actually hold the instruction manual. Nice thing about Diamond is they kind of give you a bag that you can do that already. Not per se, that's what it's for, but it's nice to have and you can use it, and then you're not just throwing it out anyway. So let's open the instructions. And I say that because, again, I go back to the Ghostbuster review that we did, and they actually showed us how to put the castle, the rooftop together, and we didn't even look at it. So that's why it took a little bit longer. So these are all the different Bruce Lee figures that are coming out. We've got mini-mates, we've got Mini-mates, and then we have the Deforms. The Deforms are pretty cool, actually. I like those a lot. Very, like, cool for your desk and stylized. So there's Bruce Lee licensed products. So we're moving right along here. Now, this is Bruce Lee, a man of action. So, and it went right down. So I'm going to adjust the camera here a little bit so we can see all the things we've got going on. But I like to do an instant pose. We've got some great ball joints here. This is Bruce Lee, so it shouldn't require too much. There we go. To get him into some sort of decent pose. Good timing on this figure too, especially if you've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Though not the outfit he's actually wearing. So, instant pose. Doesn't even come with a stand, nor does he require a stand. So, let's get to this. Let's do some, so we've got some standard hands here. We'll do a little zoom up here. Let's do the face first, I'm sorry. So, a nice, straightforward Bruce Lee face. Nothing too crazy, but you always, you know, Bruce Lee's always got that, like, scream going on. Oh, that popped right in. So we got screaming Bruce Lee face like that. Nice ball joints here. Elbows are great. Far superior than some of the things we've seen. But we've got open skin here, so it's very difficult for Diamond to hide textures and joints. So you can usually do that when you have shirts on and stuff, but they pushed everything up. So there he is again. Look at that. Great pose. All right, so let's get a hand here. This will be, it's a fist. Looking for a hand to hold the nunchucks in the back. So let's do this. Let's put this on. And then it's not quite as tight as I would like. I might try a different hand here. And then let's do this one. This is more Bruce Lee looking here. So I like this hand on this one. A lot of hands, which is awesome. So let's put this up here like this. Give him that kind of pose. Now, if you watch my reviews, you know I keep saying that I'm going to put something underneath this to get a flat surface. But here's a slight incurve, and look at that. So we've got the nunchucks in spin mode. In spin. Look at that. Ooh. That is phenomenal. Zach, if you're watching, Diamond did an awesome job on this figure. So, oops, pulled that out a little too far. Just trying to do a little bit more than I probably should have. So there we go. Nice. It's a great figure. So, I don't think we'd really see it this way, the Captain America like shield kind of thing. But let's do this hand. So, Now, I'm not 100% sure what this piece is. I think it was just to hold the head up in place so it wouldn't like bounce around, so you could see the different head inside. But he's very balanced. There you go. All right, this is a little heavy, so we're going to put this in here. Now, I wish this hand, I think we'd probably have to hit it with a hairdryer and kind of push it in just a little bit more. Let's actually try the left hand, sorry, the right hand, and give that one the nunchucks and see if this one's a little bit tighter. Now, the hand isn't quite, so you kind of want to give it like that kind of motion. And let's put the fist in. You haven't done the fist yet. Nope, that looks silly. Let's put the fist in this way, like this is coming down. And I guess it would be more like that. Motion. See, the hand is not very tight. That's my biggest complaint, because you want it to be firm. Like you want to hold it firm so that you get a great action kind of shot, and instead it's kind of dangling. So maybe a little bit of a hairdryer, and then see how it slides. So you don't want to, yeah. So, yeah, legs are great though. Look at the color, texture. This isn't, there we go. There we go. But again, not really spinning. It doesn't have that right kind of motion because it keeps fighting me. All right. And you don't want it to hold it in the rope. So we're going to do this. All right. So I've used every set of hands here at least. Not maybe in unison, but... See, the problem, this is the other problem we run into. Without a good grip, can we do this pose? There we go. So, yeah, okay. Digging it. Wish the hands were a bit tighter. But as far as Bruce Lee goes, you have some great, you kind of want to give him, the balance that the figure had from the Marvel Legends Beast is probably a little unprecedented for most other figures. But I would say the balance here for Bruce Lee is pretty good. If you can see it, he's lightly on the back of one heel. And this isn't like the best surface that I've ever had. But let's do something that hopefully they never do, is two Bruce Lees in one movie, which probably would have happened later. So on our left, we have the Mego, which is a little bit more frumpier. We do have the tiger scratches and stuff from Enter the Dragon. The face is good, but we only get one face. With this, we get Bruce Lee, and then we kind of get Bruce Lee in more of a crazy action pose. So the Mego is clever. It's kind of cute, whereas the select Bruce Lee is rugged. It's action. It's going to go up against other characters. Not that this would ever happen, but at least you could get this kind of scale and fight pose that would be a little bit more believable. Whereas in the Migos, they're dolls. They're not quite action figures. They're more dolls. So we kind of get action like that. I think it's a really cool figure. Change the head back here to just regular Bruce Lee, where he's just thinking about kicking your ass. So put this down here like this. So I'm definitely digging the Bruce Lee. I like it. It's better than the Mego. The Mego's a little bit on the frumpier side. It's kind of cute, whereas in this is just badass. So thanks to Diamond Select for sending this out. I really do appreciate all the points of articulation that we have here. My other criticism is I may have gone with something else with the shoes. Maybe like gray down here at the bottom or black, just to give it a little bit more of a detail. It's hard to complain about the stripes. Look at that. He's already posed again. I mean, it's such a great, like it looks like he's breathing. So it's such a cool action figure. Thanks for tuning in, junkies. Went a little bit longer on this one, but with Diamond Select, we got hands, we've got crazy accessories that we've got to look at, and we've got to try everything. So thanks for tuning in, and please subscribe to our channel and check us out on Facebook and Twitter. and we're moving over to Twitch very soon. I wouldn't say moving over, but we're going to be expanding our coverage to Twitch. Thanks for tuning in.